So, folks, anyone out there listening, next time you see Martha Coakley, ask her why she lets child rapists go through her courts as a matter of standard operating procedure. Because a couple of weeks ago, I read many articles from the newspaper that just, yeah, that's the way it is. Oh, child rape, forcible rape on a child, 2 counts. Oh, yeah, released, no bail. You know, Judge Maria Lopez, who lets child rapists go through her courts, gets disbarred. Gets rewarded with her own Hollywood television show. So you can see, folks, how the evil really is on a systemic level around here. And the computer just crashed. That's awesome. Anyway, that was more important anyway. But, you know, this attorney general and these district attorneys who basically enable child rapists to go on raping your children, these same ones, you better not get out of line yourself, because they will go after you, unless you're politically connected, of course. Unless you're a police officer or part of their family, because, you know, they get their payoff by not being subject to many of the laws. But yeah, even though the Attorney General's office lets child rapists go free so they can go on raping, and lets illegal immigrants drive without licenses so they can go and take your jobs, if you drive without a license, you better watch out, because you're going to get in trouble, and you might even go to jail. Okay? You see, Massachusetts has this system going, and it's like a meat grinder. Now, this system, if you want to, let's call it the criminal justice system. I think that's what they call it. This so-called criminal justice system is not designed to enable people to pay their debt to society or whatever, and then, you know, rehabilitate themselves and move on. No, no, no. This system is not designed for that. This system is designed to entangle people, to get them more and more entangled in the system until basically, you know, there's no way out. And I just wonder, you know, because I saw a girl last week that I haven't seen for a long time, and, you know, she's not perfect, but, you know, she got into a little trouble with drinking and whatnot, and got a little trouble with the state, and now she is in so much red tape that, you know, I don't know how she's going to get out of it. But her story is not unique. See, this is everybody that's get caught up in the system. And it goes basically a little something like this. Oh, you made a mistake, you drank and drove, you got too many tickets, your license was suspended, you went out and worked anyway because you needed to make a living, so you drove anyway. Well, now you're going to have to pay a lot more money. After you get caught, now you have to pay a lot more money to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And by the way, pay that money without the benefit of a driver's license. Oh, you thought you couldn't make a living before without a driver's license? Well, you better make a living and then some without a driver's license. Because if you don't, you're going to get deeper entangled into the Massachusetts system. And you might end up going to jail. There's plenty of room, since the child rapists aren't in there. But that's what it is. It's not designed to help people. It's designed to hurt people. And I'm just curious, you know, of course, the state of Massachusetts isn't going to keep track of this statistic, but I wonder how many people have committed suicide with a stack of letters on their coffee table from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, because they just didn't see any way out. How many? And did I mention that these same people doing this to you are letting child rapists go free so they can rape more children? Did I forget to mention that, Martha Coakley? You know, somebody, when you see Martha Coakley, or you see, like, a guy who I heard is supposed to be a good guy, Jerry Leone, If you see him around, ask him why his prosecutors are not prosecuting child rapists. Ask him why they're letting them out on low bail. You know, these child molesters, these pedophiles, they couldn't ask for a better defense lawyer. But it's the prosecutor! It's evil. There's evil at the core of this system. Evil. And on that note, I want to say this. You know, this enemy that we're dealing with in this country, you know, they use their media, they use other means to try and convince you that you don't have any power. Well, that's not true, listener. You have power. You have power in your thoughts, in your words, and in your actions. And all you got to do is believe it and step out there. And I want to encourage you guys out there. I want to encourage you to basically step out. Don't be afraid and just step out in boldness and in faith. I'm speaking a little metaphorically. I'm not going to get into specifics, but apply it in your life. Have the courage to step out in faith. You know, God has provided everything we need for victory. He's provided everything for victory in our lives, our family, you know, for the real United States, the constitutional republic that exists and is still very strong. You know, God has provided us all we need for victory, but there's just one thing that we need to bring. There's one thing we need to bring to the table, and that is courage. We have to supply the courage. And if you out there listening, if you can supply that courage to stand up to the enemy in your daily life, to speak up and to stand up and not be afraid, you know, God will not let you down. God will have your back. And I'm not trying to get all preachy on here, but this is just true. You know, this is just fact. You have power. God has given you everything you need. All you got to do is supply the courage. That's it. And if you do that, you won't be disappointed. He won't let you down. Believe me, I know. But just speak it. Speak it and think it. Claim those victories, you know, in your life, in your daily life. When you see something wrong, and you know it's wrong, confront it. Don't back down. Don't think that you can't do anything about it, because you can do something. You can confront it. Be bold, confront it. And don't back down. And you can claim those victories. And you know what? When those negative thoughts come across your mind like they do for all of us, those negative thoughts that say, you know, oh, you know, I'm powerless, I can't do anything about it. You got to strike them down quick. Strike them down, and then think stronger thoughts, louder thoughts, thoughts of victory. Because God has endowed us with power. It's part of us, and all you got to do is believe in it, and you can tap right into it, and it's there. And God will not let you down. But, you know, that's the thing. The enemy, God's enemy, wants to trick you into believing you don't have any power. Because this enemy is weak. It can't beat us. You understand? The only way is to trick us into laying down, into surrendering. That's the only way we're going to lose. If we just have courage and step up, we're going to win. We're going to bring back the constitutional republic of the United States. So that being said, just getting into little nuts and bolts here. When you're on the street, all right, you folks out there, I know there's a lot of people, especially around this town, driving without driver's licenses, courtesy of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Okay. Look, I know you guys need to drive to make a living. All right, let's not fool ourselves. Everybody needs to drive to make a living. Unless it's real special circumstances, maybe you can do it for a while. But, I mean, you need to drive if you're going to make a living. So, if you're in that situation, and anyone really, but especially if you're in that situation, you need to know your rights. You need to know the Bill of Rights. Because remember, the police, they took an oath to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. They took an oath to defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So that's why it's so important you need to know. So when you're confronted on the street or in your home, you know, by police, by government, DSS or whatever, if they want to take your kids away, you need to know your rights that are in the Bill of Rights. So you can use your First Amendment rights to defend yourself and your family. So you can talk to the cop, basically. Talk to the government employees that took an oath to the Constitution. But if you don't know it, you're going to sit there babbling, you're not going to know, and you're going to be a victim, you're going to be taken away. All right? Simple as that. So check out realitycheckradio.net, realitycheckradio.net. Read the Bill of Rights. Read it and defend it. Defend it.